So today I want to report news on BBC. The news about coronavirus. Trump say he's talking on a profit drug hydros coral creek on US. Before that, in before that, splendid news on BBC. I want to introduce myself. Uh, this is Zulvan. I'm from Junigoro. This number 0091013 651. So let's do this. Coronavirus Trump says he's talking about the Hydroscope Creek. And US President Trump he said he's talking Hydroscope Creek to war to ward of coronavirus. Despite public health officials warning it might be unsafe. In the media caption term, "Health is not good until you're right. I'm not going to get hurt by it." Speaking at the White House, he told reporter he started taking the malaria and lupus medical receipts. He's taking it for about a week and I have no and I'm still here. I'm still here his brief was his brief announcement. There is a president evidence head of Skull Creek can can fly coronavirus and regulator won the drugs during my heart problem. During my cold heart problem. So I want to interview Dr. Francis Erbisnov, director of the Pan American Health Organization, part of the World Health Organization (WHO). He also cites studies that no clinical trials have recommended the one of hydroxychloroquine for coronavirus. What did what did Trump say? The 73 years old president has holding meeting development to the struggling restaurant industry on Monday when he caught a reporter and Ezra Barrett the has talking the trucks. You be you'd be surprised at how many people are taking it, especially from far lines walker before you catch it in the front line. You catch it in the front line. Walkers, many are taking it. He thought a reporter he happened to be taking it, asking what is evidence of Harrisburg Creek positive benefit Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump cites Harry has my advertisement and got a lot of positive call about it. So there's a positive call about it. I have question. I have question for that. What's now about material uh material drugs and COVID-19 and improved corona drugs US the transmits let it transmits Indian for transmits Indian for coronavirus. Weird cause still rise. Coronavirus we all cause still rising. Hear that I have heard a lot of God. I have heard lot of good story about the score creek, and if it's not good, I tell you, I tell you right, I'm not going to get hurt by it. Thrown some people in the White House have tested positive for coronavirus. The president says again on Monday he has zero syndrome. He has zero syndromes and has been tested frequent and tested frequent. He added he, he adds he adds that he has been taking a daily Zans Plusin and Retif and single dots of azithromycin and ciprofloxacin and antibiotic meal to prevent infection. When asking whether when asking we asked whether the White House patient had recommended he start taking the deposit remedy. Mr. Trump said the himself had frequented it. Dr. Sands calling uh, opinion for Dr. Sands calling presentation to the president said in a statement issued through the White House land on Monday that Mr. Trump was is very good healthy and symptoms free. The U.S. Navy officer at after numerous discussions, he and I had recounted the evidence for again the use of hydroxychloroquine. We concluded the potential benefit from treatment outweighed the relative rates. Outweighed the relative rates. And what have U.S. health officers said? The U.S. Food and Drug Administration FDA last month issued the application saying that hydroxychloroquine has not been known to be safe, not been known to be safe and effective. This gets report that the drug can cause serious health related problems in patient COVID-19 patient. The FDA warning again use the medication outside hospital where the agency has granted temporary authorization for its use in some cases. Some can in some cases clinical trials of the drugs are also underway. Of the drug also underway. The Center of Disease Control CDC say there are not approved drug or treatments to prevent or treat COVID-19, which is which is considered to have infection more than one 5 million people in the US, killing more than 90,000 people. killing more than 90,000 people. Islam or Tablet, analysis by Michael Roberts, health editor. It I have what President Trump saying. I have what President Trump having no thanks of rather. Not yet. Currently, there is not convincing evidence that for underscore quick have fight the virus and it can cause a person and harmful side effect in some people. In theory, reported essential in theory reported essential as a drug to treat coronavirus is a very good and sound idea. Unlike Mr. Trump review one about injection, this version of having the body with treatment you like. It might be or only hope at least. In the short time until fashion can be found. The UK government the UK government has been stock speaks some medicine the make be used for again coronavirus. The included 16 million system matter system means matter had a score table. Clinical trial are otherwise in the UK and the US. Uh, in the US to assess the drugs war. The human genospades taking part including frontline healthcare worker and hazards of exposure and hazards of exposure to the virus as well of patient. Experts agreed that this work is one doing, but they are considered but a focus in more general use the treats experimental experimental treatment before the prof experimental treatment before the prof is in. The prof is in. Dr. Stephen Griffin Stephen Griffin he have opinion assistant professor at the School of Medicine assistant professor at the School of Medicine at the University of Leeds told me people that follow the president example means not only identify themselves but could also describe patient with chronic automatic condition of their mass needed medicine. What as that time sign? This mission report the several side effect from Harrisburg Creek. The president signed and all I can tell you is so far. I can tell you is so far I seem to be okay. He said the only negative we had heard was from very and scientific report concluded by people that are big Trump fans. Big Trump fans. The Trump was president. The Trump. The Trump was impression referring to the preliminary study from April of COVID-19 patient to U.S. Patient in U.S. U.S. government runs hospital for military veterans that surrogates had a score quick, had not benefit and many have caused the great threat of that. Many have caused the great threat of that. I get love of threat with terminology positive news on hydraulics the hydraulic the president told reporter adding what do you have to lose the president told reporter what do you have to lose according to Jonathan the drugs had the potential to cause symptoms including heart failure such suicidal thoughts and signs of liver disease. Spencer's throat signs of liver disease. Media caption: What I like to fast the Ramadan of healthcare worker during the pandemic. The median caption: What like to fast in the Ramadan a healthcare worker during a pandemic. What's directing? What interaction? What is what direction? Mr. Thomas, powerful election antagonist, the Democratic Speaker of the U.S. House, Representatives policy court not racist taking a dig at his age. He had his age and when asking on CNN about him taking the malaria medicine, the malaria medicat, the malaria medication. Heads of president, and I would rather he not be talking something has not been proven by the scientists, especially in its age group and is his shall we say what group more be a base that scientists say. Last year, the White House presidential not in Mr. Trump annually medical exam that he weighed 20, 43 pounds and was six 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 650 and 350 in turn, which would score his body mass index technical abundance in 30 34. Senate Democracy Majority Leader thought some recall Mr. Trump. This is this is reckless, but as would not if it's true. Would not if it's true. He may have he may have been talking he may have been talking it for a week now. He just like to make splash be told MCNBC. He be told splash he told MCNBC maybe he's really not taking it. He continued because the president has because the president has bought thing characteristic like characteristic like that. So enough. Thanks for watching. Okay. See you.